Like myself, some of you have always had questions to life's greatest mysteries. Who are we? Where do we come from? Why are we here? And what is our purpose in life? These types of questions you can't really find the answer to in any modern day school, so we usually have to search for these answers deep within ourselves, which later triggers the process to the 7 basic steps to spiritual awakening. The beginning stage. The beginning stage for me all started out when I started noticing lots of synchronicity all around me. I would think of people I haven't seen since middle school or elementary, and then all of a sudden, I'll see those people. People that were in my class, old classmates from the 1st grade, 2nd grade that I haven't seen all the way up until I became an adult. And then the very second I think about them, I'll go to the gas station or to the grocery store, and there they were, I was seeing. Another thing was the numeric patterns. I started noticing all of these numeric patterns all around me. At one point, when I was getting ready to go to bed at night, I would get ready to set my alarm clock. And every single night, when I touched the alarm clock, I started noticing the numeric pattern of 1111. When I wake up, I wouldn't be able to check my phone at work because of how busy work was, but by the time I checked my phone, it was always 1111. I had a power shortage at my home when I got back to my house. As soon as I walked through the door, I noticed that the microwave was set on 1111. I looked at the stove was set to 1111. I had a doctor's appointment. I didn't know the doctor's address, so when I typed in the address, I found out that the doctor's address was 1111. And these numeric patterns were all around me. Then I started knowing the sequences of 444, 555, 333, 222. From the gas stations to the grocery stores, everywhere I went, I started noticing all of these numeric patterns, which seemed to be trying to tell me something. So of course, like any other individual, I began to Google these numeric patterns, and I started noticing that they were actually telling me something indeed. Intuition. After I started noticing all of these numeric patterns all around me, I immediately started feeling like I was being guided or led to do certain things. I started noticing all of these gut feelings inside. These gut feelings is what we call your intuition. Your intuition can tell you when something good is about to happen or when something bad is about to happen. For me, this all started out for me when I was about the age of 14. I started feeling guided and led to either go to the library to read certain books or watch certain movies. And I started noticing a pattern in all of the books I read and also in certain movies I was reading. As I began to pay more closely attention to my intuition, I started noticing that I was being guided down a particular path, which led me to the path that I'm on today. Deception. At this level, you start to learn and realize that everything you've been taught since you were a child was pretty much a lie. From the school systems to even some religions. Just about everything you've been told hasn't been 100% the truth. There have been lies in just about everything, and every time you read a book or something, you start to notice that more and more and more. Most people at this point start getting more involved with conspiracy theories. And in some cases, many people start developing a lot of fear. This is the question and answering phase where most people start to ask questions about the earth's size, or if the earth is flat, if the earth is round, if the earth is hollow, and are we going to be invaded by extraterrestrials, about ghosts and demons, and so on and so forth. And I'm not saying this to say that any of these things are either true or not true, because this is all a part of the process, the question and answering phase. You start to do this and work on these levels internally. Some people never make it out of this phase, and they get stuck and glued to all of these conspiracy theories surrounding politics and political figures and so on and so forth, and they never really make it out of this phase at all. Now let's keep in mind, and I just want to point this all out, is that with these conspiracy theories actually don't have anything to do with spirituality. So it's best that whatever we do, we always focus on love and continue on our process of evolution. Connecting the dots. At this level, you begin to start noticing that there's a pattern in between everything you read. You start noticing that the truth itself can't be found in just one book, but in many books. When I was about the age of 14, I decided that I wanted to start studying world religion. But in order to start studying world religion, I had to separate myself from my own personal religion, which was Christianity. To me, religion in itself is like a person holding a single piece to 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle, saying that they have all the answers and all the truth inside this single little piece. But for me, someone who has good common sense, no one can see what the full picture is until they put all of the puzzle pieces together. So I began studying Sumerian cuneiform scripts, the Egyptian texts, the Mayan texts, the Inca, all the way down to the Hinduism and Buddhisms, the Mahabharata, the Bhagavad Gita, the Vedas, and so on and so forth. And I began to notice as I connected these dots that they all were telling a similar story, similar pattern, and that the truth, bits and pieces of the truth, existed in all of them. Because the thing about the truth is unchangeable. It could be 1,000 years or even 1,000,000 years down the line, and the truth is always going to be the same. With religion, there's so many different variations and different versions of religion. With Christianity, you have the Baptist, you have the Jehovah's Witness, the Catholic, you have all of these different remixes. But one thing about the truth will always be the truth no matter what. There is no remix to the truth, or none of that. But this is the process that we go throughout our spiritual evolution. Consciousness. The more we become conscious of what we eat, what we think, what we drink, and we begin to apply this to our lives. We begin to tap into meditation, affirmations, and become more conscious of what we eat. Many of us begin to become either vegetarians, vegans, because we start to learn that a lot of the meats and solids that we put into our body actually lowers our vibrational frequency. The waters that we drink, much of the waters that we drink contain fluoride and very off-balance pH, and many of you might at this point may already know that the fluoride itself calcifies the pineal gland, which is the third eye. So you want to become more conscious of how you take care of the actual temple so that you can quickly evolve. With meditation, we begin to learn that meditation is very beneficial to the body because it helps to quiet the mind, it helps with many health problems, as well as reaching higher levels of consciousness. We begin to start doing affirmations, speaking to ourselves within the first few hours of the morning, saying very positive things to ourselves to actually reprogram our mind and actually program our reality. Universal law. At this point, many people begin to notice and start to feel that they are one with all living beings, all life forms, and one with the planet. That's the universal law of one. Many people also begin to have recall of their prior lifetimes. Some people, like myself, have experienced past life regressive hypnosis, so they know for a fact they have been here many different lifetimes, incarnating in different races, genders, evolving and gaining knowledge in each lifetime as life goes on. which is all a part of the process of spiritual awakening. As we begin to notice that we are one with all living beings, we begin to treat everyone like we expect them to treat ourselves. Evolution. We begin to notice that our true purpose here, in this life, in this world, is to evolve physically and spiritually. No one should be grabbing one book, basing their entire life around just one book, reading the same book day and day and day after day, going to churches, to temples, listening to preachers and teachers, reciting the same books that you've already read yourself. No one can evolve through this process. We have to evolve through trial and error by making mistakes, because none of us are perfect. This is the process of spiritual evolution. This can't be done in one lifetime, so no one will die and go to hell or heaven. You will die and you will reincarnate into your next lifetime to continue this process of spiritual evolution. I myself, I'm fully aware that I've been here before, and many people around me are also aware of the same. After I've learned everything in this lifetime, in this physical body, then after I pass, I will begin to be born again and then carry on with my journey, which is my true purpose in life, as well as all of you all. Because the true purpose and the reason that we are here is to evolve spiritually as we continue with all of our lifetimes throughout this entire process.